Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Birthright coverage here on the channel and wrapping up everything in the Western Basin states. So today we're taking a look at the last of the non-political realms that are featured, this time looking at sources. As it says, only one wizard maintains source holdings in the Western Basin states, and that makes it pretty simple to cover, right? And she controls them utterly. A few remote sources remain untapped within these realms, but squeezing in could be a dangerous enterprise at best, given all the other things going on. And another one that's not available for PCs, as you probably would have expected from all the various realm descriptions so far. The Sayer of Kulavi, so it's neutral, considered neutral, not available for PCs, of course. So once the Elves of the Kuladrate controlled all the magical holdings within the ancient forest, and many more besides. They appointed one leader, a Sayer, who could govern the use of the magical energies within the tree realm. Now, though, with the elves' influence over Cyrelia much diminished and magic very much changed, the Sayer of Kulavi does keep control of as much Mayvale as she can in order to protect her realm and keep it out of the hands of mortal wizards. So, as you can see, pretty damn extensive holdings. That is a lot of source access there. Obviously, a lot of it in Kulavi itself, some in Massenmarch, some in Rormark, Royal Guard, and then Kiergaard as well. So, and having several like 8s and 9s there from Kulavi, just basically looking at it like as just virtually unlimited magical potential for her. Insane amount of RP generated there and accumulated, right? I don't think we've seen anything that high before, at least so far in our series. So her moderate bloodline limits her to collecting only about 1/4 of the RP available to her each domain turn. Again, we'll see some stats here in a second. 22 gold bars accumulated. That's usually pretty impressive for a wizard, but again, given the connection to the political realm, makes sense. She has access to the realm's treasury, though she seldom casts realm spells, and therefore doesn't really need much money, but nonetheless, it is there. Now, the Sayer of Kulavi, Cameronid Boulery, is level 9 wizard, so pretty high as far as this setting is concerned. Although not sort of top tier. We've seen a few higher than that, but that's still very potent. Has a major bloodline, only 28, which is kind of surprising given sort of the backstory so far for her, right? So something that not the PC, but the DM might want to adjust or tweak slightly over time in a campaign as well. But she's been the regent of this source network for longer than most of the elves of Kulavi have been alive, which again, just that kind of doesn't jive as much with like the fact that the bloodline is only that number. So it just seems like it would want to be rather higher. But anyway, she remembers the coming of humanity to the Great Bay region, and she knows the history of every kingdom surrounding the Great Bay. If she had chosen, she could have used her magical powers to repel or dominate the Brechts when they were weak and alone, or she could have assaulted them after their defeat at the hands of the Voss at Lake Ladon. But the Sayer sees the humans for what they are and what they could become. Instead of warring with them, she uses her magical powers to keep them away from her protectorate, while she contemplates the past and the future. So in many ways, again, we see a better description almost in the realm description in Kulavi, but essentially just content to mind your own business as long as people mind their own business and don't interfere with her realm. So how that would work in, again, it'll come back more to the things going on in and around Kulavi, much more than essentially her as like this separate entity. But again, things that could provoke her seem to make sense, right? So dangers to the Elven realm and things like that. So if it's a campaign where someone's running Kulavi or adventuring in and around there, again, that would be things that would maybe allow for interaction with her. Certainly, again, just for the DM's purpose and knowing what she has access to should a PC for PC for whatever reason in their realm, or even just as adventurers somehow look to approach her or deal with elves or anything like that in any sort of negative capacity. Basically, it should be presented that PCs obviously aren't going to know her bloodline strength necessarily, but they should essentially just gain a sense of just the sheer amount of magic at her disposal, given all the source holdings. And even though it says she doesn't cast many realm spells, maybe occasionally every once in a while she should be able to flex her power. So there's something the DM could use to sort of great effect. Now it does say, even though it says she's the only wizard in the Western Basin states, they do list a couple others here. So although really not much in the way of holdings. So there's Kiergaard's Broken Stave, minor stuff there, 6 total. The Wizard of Royal-Guard has 3, ironically, but also has a little bit more in the Eastern Basin states, which we'll come to in our next sub-series. But yeah, so just something just more for the DM to reference here, again, since the players won't be doing anything with the Sayer themselves. But again, any interaction here should just know that like she's sort of like much more like upper tier wizard here, even though again some of the stats don't necessarily reflect that, again more like in the bloodline sense. But level 9 wizard certainly should be very potent, and essentially with one of the unique features of Birthright, with the ability to do realm spells, really should put her on a whole other plane of existence as far as some of the magics she has access to in regards to the realm spells. And certainly of all the wizards we've seen so far, really by far the strongest source network. That's just a absolutely bonkers amount of source holdings, and also the levels of them as well. So, but let us know your thoughts, guys. If the Sayer has featured in any of your campaigns in any way, shape, or form, how that's worked, hit us up in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll be starting the Eastern Basin states in the next series of videos. Thanks for watching again.